What's happening, dogs? Mr. Allen here. We got ourselves a doozy of a problem here. We want to write the quadratic equation that contains these 3 points. Now, because we don't have any x-intercepts or a vertex or anything that's useful, we just have 3 random points, we're going to need to use what's called standard form or general form, which is y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. And in order to get my a, my b, and my c, 3 unknowns, I'm going to need to use a system of 3 equations that I'm going to write from each one of these 3 points. So let's start with the green one here, -2, -2. Now when I do that, I'm going to substitute in -2 for x, and I'm going to substitute that -2 in for y. So I'll have -2 equals a times -2 squared plus b times -2 plus c. Now I'm going to clean this thing up. I got -2 equals 4a minus 2b plus c. All right, I've already got one of my equations. That's pretty dope. Now I'm going to go on to the blue one there. So I'd have -5 for my y equals, and now for my x's I'm plugging in +1. Well, 1 squared is just 1, so I'm going to have a plus, and then 1 in for b is just, or sorry, for x is just going to give me 1b, or just b plus c. Not too bad on that one, right? And then on to the pink one there. So for the pink one, I'm going to have -18 equals, and then 2 squared is going to be 4, so I'm going to have 4a, and then 2 times x is just going to be 2x, or sorry, 2 times b is just going to be 2b, and then plus c. All right, so now I have these 3 wonderfully beautiful equations. Now my goal here is to get rid of one of my variables. And the easiest one to get rid of right now is going to be my c, okay? So I'm going to take 2 of these equations, and I'm going to work with just those 2. How about I take the top 2 right now? You could take any pair. It doesn't matter. It's just going to look a little bit different along the way from what I'm doing if you pick a different pair. So with my top one there, I'm just going to rewrite it as -2 equals 4a minus 2b plus c. But then the blue one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply through by a -1, which will allow me to get a -c, which will cancel out my c's if I'm using an elimination method. So I'll have +5 equals -a minus b minus c. And now when I add these guys together, I'm going to change colors to orange here. These cancel, and I'm left with 3 equals 3a and then minus 3b. Some people prefer to just say, hey, I'm just going to subtract it. I like to distribute through that negative and then just add them so I don't forget about one of the negatives. That's just me, and I'm the one doing the problem, so I get to choose. All right, moving on. Let's work with the blue and the pink one now, shall we? I think we shall. So for the blue and the pink one, I'm going to write my pink one down first. It's -18 equals 4a plus 2b plus c. And then I'm going to rewrite that blue one, which I've already multiplied through by a negative in that second part right there, so I can just rewrite that right here, right? If I already made a mistake, I'm already kind of screwed at this point, so hey, let's just roll with it. I've already done the negative work. No need to do it with something else. Cool? All right, super cool. Now I'm going to add those 2 together, and I'm going to use orange again because I got completely different equations here, right? They're not all those original 3 points anymore. So I've got -18 plus 5, that's -13, equals, and then I've got 4 minus 1 is 3a, and then I've got b, and of course my c's canceled by design, right? Okay, man, this thing is crazy. So I got these 2 orange ones here. I can rewrite those guys up here. I've got 3 equals 3a minus 3b, and then I've got -13 equals 3a plus b. So what we're going to do is now elimination once again, but we're only dealing with a system of 2 equations, something that we're probably a little more familiar with, right? So what am I going to do here to eliminate something? Well, how about I multiply either one of these 2 by a negative, which is then going to cancel out my a's, right? I'm going to multiply, and let's put some brackets here. I'm going to multiply that bottom one by a -1 all the way through. So that's going to give me, the top one's the same, 3 equals 3a minus 3b, but the bottom equation is going to be +13 equals -3a minus b. There we go. And now I can just add them together. My a's are going to cancel, right? And I'm left with 16 equals -3b minus b. That's going to be -4b. And then to solve for b, I can just divide by -4 on both sides. And I've got my first variable here, -4 for b. That is quite wonderful and dope. where do I go from here? First off, probably need a little bit of a nap, right? Because I'm getting tired, man. But all I need to do is I need to plug this b back into either one of these equations, right? These guys right here, and I can solve for a. How about I use the top one there because it's all positive, right? I'm a positive kind of dude. So we got 3 equals 3a minus 3 times negative 4. So that's going to be 3 equals, and we got 3a plus 12. And then I'm going to subtract 12, which gives me negative 9 equals 3a. We're running out of room here, man. There's so much math. And then I divide by 3, and I get a equals negative 3. Woo! Oh, man. Oh, man. We're almost there. Now I need to figure out what c is. Okay, so let's do that. Well, if I've got a, and I've got b, and I've got a system of 3 equations that have all a, b, and c, I can solve for c. I'm going to pick that middle one right there because it's got like the least amount going on. So I've got negative 5 equals, and then I'd have a is negative 3, b is negative 4, plus c. So I've got negative 7 right there, right? Negative 5 equals negative 7 plus c. And then I'm going to add 7. I get 2 for c. And if you're like, bro, I'm done, you wouldn't get all of your points on your test, which would be really, really sad, right? As I just found all 3 of these coefficients, I need to now write my final answer, which I'm going to do so in, how about a nice bright pink here? I'm going to write it right beneath there so we can see it. We got y equals, and then I've got a is negative 3, so negative 3x squared. And then I got b is negative 4, so minus 4x, and then plus 2. There is my quadratic equation that passes through each one of these 3 points perfectly because we did the math, because we are dope. That's right. America, freedom, rock and roll, Costco, Riverdog Jenny on the gram, all this dope math. See you guys later.